This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Saudi Arabia. Diriyah.
Welcome to Saudi.
Welcome to Saudi. Well, there's only one place to start, really. What an opportunity for your boy.
Unbelievable opportunity. He's had one pro fight. Only signed with Matchroom a couple of months ago. And Saudi. In fact, he's getting quite the jet set. You know, we took him over to LA, had a couple of weeks out there in the summer. He's been, where else have we been? Been somewhere else, and now it's Saudi. Oh, Dubai. Took him to Dubai as well, and now Saudi. So his passport's continuing to be stamped well because obviously he's a well-travelled amateur as well. So
in all kind of the Matchroom prospect list, there's a lot, and I suppose a lot of them, first of all, wanted to fight on the whole CAS side, Logan Paul card. It was all kind of putting their names forward, but I mean, this is different for many reasons. Just where we are and kind of the scale of the event.
It's the fight as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's the fight as well. I mean, it's a unique experience because it's Saudi and it's what it is. But for me, the fight, the event, it's huge because of the AJ brand, because how big Joshua is, and because of the way that he got beat last time. If he just got beat on points or something like that, it wouldn't be as big, wouldn't be as massive a fight. It's the way that he got beat and everything, and now it's the whole, can he come back? Can he reclaim his belts? Can he, from such a devastating defeat, can he do it? So that all the eyes in the world are on this show, and then you add the whole Saudi Arabia controversy, because obviously a lot of people didn't want it over here, which I get, and it's it's a new venue, new place. So you add it all together, it's one of the biggest boxing events in my time that I've been in the sport, definitely, because you've got to think about the just how big a shock it was last time. I think last time, for me, watching it unfold and obviously post-fight dramatics and everything, there's only one shock that was bigger, and that was when I saw Tyson scrolling around looking for his gum shield on the floor. For me, it's right up there as in my time the second biggest upset in boxing. So all the eyes are on it, and hoping to get on it, on just be around fight week, like today, public workout and press conferences and weigh-ins for this event, and then the show itself. It's unbelievable, it really is. 19-year-old kid.
What a show to be on.
It's just, it's incomprehensible how big an event it is. But do you know what? He's just taking it in stride. He's such a laid-back kid. He's taking it in stride. Obviously, he's excited. What kid wouldn't be? But he's just taking it in stride. He's very relaxed and very cool about it.
So, Hopey Price and Diego Pacheco got the nod. So they're on the card this week. The fight itself, Dave, I think it's probably safe to say that the landscape of British boxing and the landscape of the heavyweight division, we're going to know a lot this weekend, and a lot of it rests on what happens. It could kind of change the whole of next year.
Yeah. Oh, massively.
Yeah,
massively. I mean, there's a lot of AJ bashing. There was when he was winning, but since it's just got louder. Those voices have managed,
like people waiting in the wings to go. I told you. Told you.
Which I get. People want to, that's how people are, and whoever's doing well in whatever sport is always going to be detractors. If you're Floyd Mayweather unbeaten and don't get beat, there's still people out there that think that he's not very good and give him stick and but he beat him, but you can't please everybody. But the fact that it's because what Joshua's done for British boxing, it's massive. It's without the big cars is being owned, without the Wembleys, the pay-per-views that have been bringing the money to Sky and boxing as a whole. A lot of the shows that have been going on and the money that's been paid out to the fighters that are coming through, it wouldn't have happened because as a business module, the money's you need somebody at the top of the tree earning the big coin for it to filter down to the rest of the fighters coming through. And because of the success that Joshua's had over the last couple of years, and because of the magnitude of it, and the eyes that have been on the sport, there's been a lot more eyes on a lot of younger kids as well, and a lot of kids that have come through. Then a lot of champions that wouldn't necessarily have made the big sort of money because of that. That's the filter effect. So we need Joshua to keep on winning. You know, it's like whenever you have somebody at the top of the tree that's a mega star, that's a big star, it's always a boost. It's always, whatever sport it is, you need that icon, you need that somebody that's going to get the casuals, that's going to get your grandma and your granddad talking about boxing and being interested in it, because then it's on mainstream media. It makes the sport bigger. So whether you like Joshua or not, then if you want British boxing to, it's always going to, listen, no one man's bigger than the sport. It's always going to move on, or it's always going to be a big thing while ever there's other fighters driving it forward. But if you want it to be massive, like it has been over the last couple of years, I think Joshua's had a massive part in that. And we need him back winning again, and what a story it'd be.
I got a lot of stick yesterday for saying that to Joshua that I hope he wins, and I think he will win. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I've got no shame about saying that whatsoever. It's the mentality of people back home, unfortunately. That is the case.
But,
some people.
Yeah, some people. I mean, the thing is, if you know somebody, and it's not just you see them on TV, you know somebody, you interact with people, you speak to them, you converse with them, you get on with them. If they're right with you, you're right with them. When they're fighting, you're not a robot. You're like, I don't care who wins. You're going to want them to win, you know? If you don't know each guy, if you don't know him, then you can make a deal. Well, it'll be good for British boxing. Yeah, I hope AJ wins. But we know him, and he's never, he's always been good for me. He's always been, he's been great with my kids, and because I'm not ashamed to admit it, because of the success that Anthony Joshua's had, the filter effect has given fighters like Opie Price at 19 years old, we're here because Anthony Joshua's boxing here, I've had it with fighters before, and I've had Jamie McDonald box on AJ undercards. I've had other fighters, I think Bellew might have, you know what I mean? So we benefit from it. So I'm not gonna say I'm
What card did Bellew and Joshua fight on?
I can't remember. I might not be Bellew.
No, they have fought on a card.
Yeah,
It's instantly forgettable.
Was it forgettable?
One card was. They've actually fought on two cards, I think, together.
I can't remember which one it is.
When Bellew fought Mastinek.
Mastinek, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't forgettable.
But before that, Bellew Cleverly 2, Joshua was on that card.
Was he?
I'm pretty certain.
He must have been on the undercard then.
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty certain he was.
Can't remember.
That's the forgettable one that I was talking about.
Do you know what? It gets a lot of stick for that one, but there was only one man that was running that night. It weren't Bellew. It takes two to tango.
I hope I'm right about that. Because on that card, like DeGale was on it, Groves was on it, Callum Smith was on it, and I'm pretty sure Joshua was on it. Yeah.
Right. There you go.
If I'm wrong, I'm cutting this out. We don't want to sound negative or cynical, but if he doesn't win this week, what does he do?
Listen,
what does he do? What does Joshua do?
It's down to what he wants to do. Listen, when it's very hard when you've been right at the top and earned so much money. It's very hard that if you go into that bit of, two losses on the bounce is a big thing, is a big setback. It's down to you whether you've got that same hunger and drive and determination to restock, reevaluate and come back. Because we've always known, listen, even when he was winning, let's not kid ourselves, we've always known that he's not the finished article. He's kind of like been learning on the job. He got the opportunity to fight in Charles Mine. It was an opportunity, so they took it. But was he ready? The problem is when you get to that level, there's no going back then. And the fights that he's had since, he gets a lot of stick for, he's not fought anyone. He's fought some good fighters. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, he's been learning on the job. So he's always going to get better. He's made adaptations to his camp. He's brought other trainers on board. That's new ideas, adding different facets to his game. So this is one camp. So it's still not going to be the finished article. It's still going to be improving. So if he has the same drive and determination, then he can work with them and just carry on improving and come back. But it's whether he wants to when he's earned all the money. Boxing is an hard game. It's not just the money. It's the lifestyle and things like that. It is hard. It's whether he wants to. But that's talking about him getting beat, and this is the kind of fight where he could seriously get beat. I mean, you would have to, because of the last fight, you would have to look at him and say, based on the last fight, he's the underdog going in. The live underdog, but you can't. It doesn't matter if it's AJ or if it's one of my fighters. If my fighter going into a rematch and he's just been beat, but being beat badly, then going into a rematch, you can't say, oh, my guy's favourite. You can't say that.
I think kind of not the worrying thing, the concerning thing is what you're saying is true, is that it's the manner of the defeat, as opposed to him getting clipped in the 7th round after a close 6 rounds, and you think, because it happens in boxing, you've seen fighters come out of the traps earlier on, get knocked out in the 1st round, and you think, all right, let's see what happens if they go in again. But I think the manner of the defeat would be the concern.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. That's the whole thing. It's just how it unfolded. I mean, it was just. But you got to remember, AJ had just dropped him, and then completely showed he had no respect for what was coming back in. He walked straight into the traps, and Ruiz took advantage of it. And that's it was his decision making that cost him the fight, because he's got to show patience. You hurt a man, if you look at him, you see if he's gone, he's not. And you're smart going back in, but he didn't. He just went straight in like a novice. He went straight in like a fighter that had no respect for what Andy Ruiz could do. Now he's got respect. Now he understands what Andy Ruiz can do when he lands on him. Now he understands what he can do if he gets caught in between punches. So now he'll change accordingly. And so this is where in order to achieve what he's achieved, there's something special about him, man. And I said, for every fighter that's become a world champion, there's something about him that separates him from us, separates him from other fighters. But to have done it with learning on the job and beating some of the fighters he's beaten, like I said, he's beaten some good fighters. And to have done that, there's got to be something about him. So you would think that he would learn from his mistakes from last time out, adjust, and then Team Bold.
Where you go? All right. Yeah, we'll come. All right, we'll come.
Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes. So there's got to be something. There's got to be something a little bit different about him. He's got to have something about him, and a lot of times it's a mental makeup of a man. It's a little bit different. All these champions, all these unified champions and multi-champions, there's something different about him. Sometimes you can look at him on paper and think, well, how can he be world champion? He's not very good. But they've gone out and done it. And I would expect that AJ, with his team, they've looked at the mistakes, looked at the decision making, looked at his emotions in the fight on the night, made changes, and I expect him to go out there and correct it. I think he wins the fight.
4 days to find out.
Mate, it's nippy. It is nippy bum time. While ever Ruiz is in that fight, you're going to be shitting it. If you want an AJ to win. While ever Ruiz is in there, you're going to be nervous, you're on edge. It's one of those fights you cannot blink, because it could end at either moment. And both men have the power to end the other. But because of the way that it went, you would look at it and think, if Ruiz clips AJ around the head, do you know what's dangerous? Is Ruiz's body shots. AJ's got to use his feet to take them body shots away from him. It can't, just little steps. He cannot get nailed those body shots, because those body shots are what crippled him. And you know, it looks like somebody, if you look at his fights beforehand, it looks like somebody that does feel the effects of body shots almost straight away. And that straight right hand that Ruiz throws to the body is horrible. And he's clever in where he'll throw that, hands come down, throw it upstairs, hands go up, and he'll switch in between two. It's a very, very hard fight, and Joshua needs to be so disciplined for it. And he can't just back up in a straight line. There's so many things he can't do in order to win. But I just have this feeling that we might be here for this occasion for him to pull off. And it is to pull off, because he's the underdog. To pull off a great performance and to show people what he can do.
Okay, Dave Caldwell, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we'll catch up with you again in the week.
Nice to talk to you.
You too.
And by the way, I thought you looked in great shape on that UFC fight you just recently had.
I know.
Mate.
If I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make a I might make me against you, maybe.
All right.
Yeah. I'll make you a bit. I'll get them to make you a little bit.
What?
Right.
What?
More vertically appealing.
But you see, that's the thing. You need CGI to make your body look like mine.
You're like that anyway.
I need CGI to make myself a little bit taller. That's
See,
how it is.
win. Cheers, Dave.
Is special. Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness.